Welcome back to this episode of Fraction Feud. And last time we played, our two contestants, Jerry and Skittles, were tied with each problem correct. Jerry had 3 points and Skittles did too. Hi guys, how's it going?
Awesome. It's been great.
All right, you guys ready to play Fraction Feud?
Oh yeah. Let's get it.
Okay, today, our first problem is this. Now, if you're out there watching and listening, get your paper and your pencil so you can do these problems with us. Jack and Liz were running in a race. Jack ran 4/6 of miles and Liz ran 6/6 miles. 6 out of 6 miles. Who ran farther? So Jack ran 4/6 of the mile and Liz ran 6 out of 6 of the mile. Who ran farther? We're going to be comparing them. The first thing you want to do is grab your paper and draw 2 lines the same size. When you're comparing fractions, you want to make sure that they both have lines the same size or the models are the same size. Now, because there's a 6 in the denominator, we'll be cutting our lines into 6. And both fractions that we're comparing have a 6 in the denominator, so we can cut them the same. I'm going to cut this one into thirds first. And then if we cut in third and half, that's actually a sixth. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6. Another way to do it is to draw 5 lines, and 5 lines will make 6 spaces. Both lines are cut into sixths. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, and then the whole line 6 out of 6. And we're going to label this line the same way. Jack and Liz were running in a race. Jack ran 4 out of 6 miles. So let's go ahead and color 4/6. Liz ran 6/6. So we're going to go ahead and color 6 out of 6. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6. Whoa, Liz ran the whole thing. So who ran farther? Let's go ahead and see your work, Skittles. Skittles has written the fractions 4/6 and 6/6 and wrote this in between. 4/6 is less than 6/6. Jack ran 4/6, so this is Jack. And Liz ran 6/6, so this is Liz. Who ran farther? Liz is the winner, and I agree. 6 out of 6, Liz ran farther than Jack. Excellent game so far, guys. Another point for Jerry and Skittles. Rocket. We've got the next problem. Haley was planting a vegetable garden with her dad. They planted 5/8 of the garden with tomato plants, 2/8 of the garden with peppers, and 1/8 of the garden with squash. Did they plant more tomato or more pepper? Okay, you guys who are listening, get your paper out. We're going to make a model. Jerry has decided he's going to draw an area model. He's going to use a large rectangle. All of the fractions have an 8 in the denominator. 5/8, 2/8, 1/8. So Jerry is going to cut his model into eighths. That's 4 parts. Cut that in half. We'll get 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 eighths. 5/8 of the garden is tomato plants. So we'll put T for tomato on 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. 2/8 of the garden is peppers. 1/8, 2/8, P for peppers. 1/8 of the garden is squash. 1/8 squash. Did they plant more tomato or peppers? Let's look at the model. Do you see more tomatoes or more peppers? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8 is tomatoes. 2 out of 8 is peppers. So they both have 8 in the denominator. The one with more in the numerator is greater. 5/8 is greater than 2/8. Or 2/8 is less than 5/8. For Skittles' turn, she's going to draw number lines. Put Jerry's work over here. We can use 2 number lines, and you at home can do this too, that are the same size. Drawing 2 number lines the same size will help us compare the fractions. We're actually not even worried about squash. That was just extra information, so we don't need to worry about it. We could actually cross it out if you wanted to, or not worry about it at all. They're just focused on tomatoes, 5/8, or peppers, which is 2/8. So both lines will be partitioned into 8s. One-eighth, 2/8. This line is showing P for peppers. 1/8, 2/8. We're also looking at 5/8 for tomatoes. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. 5/8 of the garden is tomatoes. So if you like number lines, you could see that both number lines are the same size, which is important. The hole is in the same spot. And both number lines are counting by eighths because we have 8 in our denominators up here. 2/8 of the garden is pepper, and 5/8 is tomato. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. You can see there's more tomato, or there's a longer amount. There's more tomatoes than pepper. So tomato is winning. Excellent job, contestants. It's looking good so far. These models were both used to solve the problem. The first model is only 1 box, but it's cut into 8 parts. The second model was 2 different number lines, but they were right underneath each other so we could compare them. All right, and we're on to our last problem. Sorry. Shannon was organizing her closet at home. She found that 1/8 of her shirts were gray. 3/8 of her shirts were black. 2/8 were pink. Does she have fewer gray shirts or pink shirts? So this is another problem that gives us a little bit too much information. We only need to worry about the gray and the pink. We do not need to worry about the black, so we could actually cross this out. 3/8 are black. That's not necessary to focus on. Shannon was organizing her closet at home. She found that 1/8 of her shirts were gray and 2/8 were pink. P for pink, G for gray. Does she have fewer gray or fewer pink? Both of them have 8 in the denominator. When the denominators are the same, you can look at the numerators. Bigger numerator, that means there is more. Our contestants are going to prove this. That 1/8 is less than 2/8. We're going to use 2 area models. We're going to draw them about the same size. They'll be cut into 8ths. One 1/8 is gray. And this one is 2/8 pink. 2/8 is more than 1/8, as you can see. So you can write it like this. 2/8 is bigger than 1/8, or 1/8 is less than 2/8. Another way to model this would be to use a circular model. 2 circles the same size. We'll cut them into fourths and then eighths. 1/8 is gray. 2/8 are pink. You can see that 2/8 is greater than 1/8. So she actually has less gray shirts. And the problem says, does she have fewer gray shirts or pink shirts? There's fewer gray because there's only 1/8 gray. Or we can look at this model here. 1/8 is fewer than 2/8. Super job, guys. See you next time on Fraction Feud. Bye, guys.